Oh, man.
Hello and welcome everyone to the First Circuit Podcast, episode number 66. We're running on the bit of a skeleton crew today, which is just me and old Bob.
Hey,
Hey, old Bob.
hey, old Bob.
And today it's just a whole bunch of Christmas stuff to talk about, and maybe just a little bit of my impressions on Flashpoint.
Lots of cells, lots of cells. So, first off, I think we have stocking stuffers. That was always fun. I always like stocking stuffers. I always like they do it during Thanksgiving. They also did it during Halloween. It's kind of like a trick or treat, basically. This year, I don't think they actually did. It do it for Halloween? I forgot if they did that or not.
I'd have to go and check my archive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Thanksgiving. I don't think they did it during Thanksgiving either, too. Oh well. But yeah, so stocking stuffers, it was here. Everyone pretty much got 25 free because it was from the Christmas time. You get to have the 2 mechs and the 6.5 million and and the 1200 MC, and then you also get stocking stuffers. You get 25. You also get 250 stocking stuffers if you do everything, which is the bonus redeem for TSP and the Corsair pick a price champion mech at the snowfall patterns if you get everything type thing. So they have two different types of events as well, but they also the stocking stuffers. All right, let's see here. Pause.
Oh, by the way, at least I did check my records. Yes, they did do Trick or Treat 4.
Okay.
October. So for Halloween, they did do that before.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I totally forgot actually if they did that or not because I think I tuned out on events a couple months ago. I just I get kind of burnt out on events, so
they do merge into one another.
Yeah, they do definitely. The loot bags and everything else, obviously you get 50 match score, 100 match score, you get 2 of them type thing, and then the second phase 80 match score, 120. It's really easy to do. I mean, 50 you just walk on the field, spit out the other mech, you get 50 match score, and that's no problem. Then you go to the website, you click that, and you go ahead and redeem your stuff and go, look, I open up a bag, I get some loot, I get 50 MC, blah blah, and a whole bunch of different things. That goes on until the phase 1 goes on until December. It's already gone, actually. Yeah. Okay. And the second phase goes on to January 3rd. So you still have some. I'm sorry, January 3rd for both of them. Sorry about that.
They both end. Yeah.
I was actually looking at the start date. So that's how tired I am right now.
Yeah. So there's a few things to note here. Just like with the Halloween event, they have a phase 1 and then also a phase 2. They both are overlapping. It's not a bunch of bags, then it stops, and then another bunch of bags. It's just you wait until both events are going on concurrently, and then you earn, double at the same time.
Yeah.
The way they've done it this time, I much prefer, at least in the sense there's 50 bags for every single requirement, which is like, was it 50 match score, 80 match score, 100 match score, 120 match score. The way they did in the Halloween event was that there was a lot of bags for the lower requirement, but then very few, there's a few bags for the lower requirement and then a lot for the higher requirement. So ideally for this event, basically, you could do 50 matches when phase 1 and 2 are done, are on, and you will get all 200 bags.
Yeah. No.
The way it worked before was you had to do something like 100 matches because it was not so evenly split between the bags, because there was these high requirements that had, it just felt so bad earning only one. Like with this, every single time, as long as you do well enough, like for me at least, every single match I'm getting 2, or even with both phases 4 loot bags every match, and that really incentivized me to play. 4 loot bags every match is really nice. But with the last event, I just couldn't be bothered because I was only getting 1, maybe 2 loot bags at the end, because it turned into a trickle, and it just didn't feel worth my time.
Yeah, exactly. You get burnt out on that, like I did.
Yeah. The brand prizes are also a bit better. Again, it's first just a mech for 200 bags, which is quite a lot. But if you are pre-ordering stuff, it's a lot easier. But
Mm.
still, that's a lot of grind if you're just getting one champion mech. The champion mech isn't just like what was it between two? I think it was last time, like Arctic Wolf and Hellspawn.
Yeah, it's actually you get to pick, which is nice.
Well, you got to pick before, but it was only two
Yeah,
mechs of
yeah.
exactly the same range. Here, you can pick a champion Panther or a champion Night Star, champion Kodiak, even. Like even if you're not planning to use these mechs, you buy the champion. Well, you select the champion Kodiak and you sell it along with its XL 400 or whatever engine it comes in with stock.
Yeah.
It's probably worth a pretty penny in terms of C bills.
Well,
So
sometimes it's actually like you turn your stuff to GameStop. It's like, what? I only get that much for that mech? Wait a second, man. This is a huge, gigantic war machine. I'm getting 130,000. You're kidding me. It's like, oh my god.
But yeah, I'm much happier with how they've done this event. The bags are a lot more rewarding. The pick a prize, you got a whole bunch of mechs, and again, I think it's not as cool as getting what was it like Buccaneer last time or something like that, or Frankenpattern.
Yeah. Frankenpan is like the common thing, but I mean, Snowfall is
Yeah.
pretty nice though. I definitely like Snowfall.
Yeah, Snowfall's nice, and if you've gone all the way to 200, 250 is just a little bit around the corner. Particularly since the loot bags, you can get them in the large amounts. This time you don't have to, don't have to squeeze those last few little bags out, earning them one or two at a time. That was really painful for
Yeah.
Halloween.
Oh god, yeah.
My only criticism is still that there's a phase 1 and phase 2. I just don't play during. I didn't play that much during phase 1 because I knew I should just get my time in phase 2, where I'm getting double the output for all the same input.
Yeah, I don't know why they. Well, actually, they did that for the two different other phases because they had certain type of bonus things you get with phase 1 and phase 2 just for normal events type thing. Besides that, like the hold on a second, stocking stuff for phase 1, you get let's see, you can still do it, and then have standard stuff like earn 50 match score 75 times. You get a 100 MC like reward plus a million C bills, that type of stuff. I don't know why they just didn't blend them together. That's just kind of bizarre, but I don't know. I guess,
Because both of them end at the same time. And whilst there are more loot bags for phase 1, so it's something along the lines of you can play 25 matches during phase 1 and then 50 matches during phase 2, and that more or less is the most efficient way way to do it.
Well, they had like phase 1 50 match score, then 80 match score for phase 2, and then 100, then 120 for phase 2. So that's
I'm just saying there's a different total number of bags. There's 75 for phase 1. It's the longer phase, so it makes sense. But it means the smallest number of matches to earn all the bags would be 75, which is 50 when phase 1 and 2 are up, and then 25 anytime phase 1 is up.
Yeah, I don't know. Something weird about it.
Yeah, it's much improved from last time in terms of its structure. I'm still not sure why there is a phase 1 or 2, but I think they probably sort of do that so that the next week or 4 or so days later, someone says, "Oh, hey, phase 2 is starting up, guys," and it gets a whole new swell of people, even if it is a bit awkward to wait until phase 2 is done.
You get hyped later on. Still, these stocking stuffers are fan favorite. Everyone loves that kind of stuff. Everyone loves like open up stuff. Go, look, I got a Krampus thing. I got a Snowfall globe or whatever, basically. And that's what it's cool about, though. It's always like opening these up, going, look, I got all this MC. It's so cool. It's nice. It's always a fan favorite. At least I think.
Yeah, I got a Champion Highlander and a Snowfall pattern for all my Nova Cats. So.
Oh, that's cool.
And with these things, because you get so many bags, a lot of them have MC in it. And that MC goes in a lot way towards the other sales that are going on right now during Christmas. Principally for me, at least, the hero sale.
The hero sale?
Mm-hmm. All the heroes, or the vast majority of them, other than the newest mechs, I think, is 50% off.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's actually pretty nice.
From this loot bag thing, I earned a couple thousand MC, and that could go towards one more or two more hero mechs that I don't own.
Oh, including champions too. On the bottom, you also buy the champions. But I think the heroes are a lot better, though. I would rather buy
I'm
the
just
heroes.
not going to buy champions.
Yeah, I know.
I don't really care for that.
Yeah.
So do you have anything on mind you want to buy?
Hey, Ian. Welcome.
Hey, yo.
This is Ian.
Hello, everyone.
So right now we're talking about the hero mechs that are here and the sales for them.
Yeah. I don't have anything in particular in mind. Like, I've already got the vast majority of the hero mechs I was kind of interested in, and now I'm just sort of picking up the bits and pieces. Like, there's things like, oh, I've never really got the hero Thunderbolt or the hero Cataphract yet. I guess I should pick those up.
Yeah, I'll probably pick a couple. I'll probably pick up a couple. I got a couple thousand like MC, and I don't know about a couple of them though. Some are cool, some are bad. I don't have the Boar's Head. I might pick that one up though. The Atlas Boar's Head just to have, and put a bunch of missile launchers on it.
Oh god, it's a collector's mech, I guess.
Yeah,
I feel like I want to buy the Skokomish so I can do Speedy Zeus.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so I could join the club. I'll buy that one too.
Yeah.
I jokingly said to Lars, he's like, oh, what hero mech should I get? I said, another Skokomish. Why? Well, you could take multiple of them on faction warfare. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yay.
Like, first and second drop, Skokomish.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Plus, like, double assassin. I haven't done the math, but you could probably fit a fair number of Skokomishes into your drop deck.
Also, too, they did for the sales, for the gift sales, anything in Phase 1 and Phase 2, that you could gift the mechs themselves. You get extra bonus MC. Just like the standard stuff, you also get, and depending on your level of the sale, $6.95, $14.95, $29, $49, and $99, and you basically get extra bonus content with it as well. So it's good if you're going to purchase some stuff for your favorite person that you love on Christmas Eve. Go drop it to them. Yeah. Jenner and all that kind of stuff. I think the most I spent was $14.95 on the sales, and I got like whatever I had. I think it was to get an extra Warhorn or something like that, the bagpipe one or something a long time ago. But that's about it.
Yeah, so this time we're actually getting a whole bunch of items with 4 MCs and an additional mech bay for $7. That's not too bad. I'm considering that one. Beyond that, I mean, I guess the $15 thing might be worth it, but beyond that, I just don't see any reason to buy it.
No, we got some money, that type of thing. Did the mech bays go on sale? I forgot they went on sale or not.
They usually do around this time. I honestly haven't actually kept up with all the sales. It's usually already too many sales for us to be bothered with in the first place. At Christmas, they're hypercharged.
Yeah, I know.
Kinda.
Well, that's fine.
They were definitely on sale for the last part of this giant event sale chain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming they're still on sale.
Yeah, Phase 1 ends on the 29th and January, and the Phase 2 ends on January 1st. So, and it starts the 29th, so you have a couple days to go get those. That's not bad. But the MC, I don't know when if that's on sale or where that is or anything.
In terms of other things, just like there's the event, there's the sales, there's also the Christmas holiday bonus, which hopefully everyone's picked up.
Oh yeah. I tried to hype that through Twitter, and everyone else tried to hype it too. Although I found it weird though that it was like a day before from what they said it was, and so I wasn't sure. So I just had my wife play both days just to make sure, and just to make sure on that, because their dates are not they're not consistent per se. I mean, if you're not really paying attention.
Well, the big giveaway is at least you do the match, you open up the event thing in game, and you redeem it there. And if you're able to redeem it, you're good to go. And it gives you 25 of the bonus loot bags. So I went there and redeemed them as well. So as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure I have it. But they even on the website the page that says the date and all that, it has its own. You can click on a link, and they said, oh, there's going to be a link where you can check whether you've,
got it or not.
You're eligible. Yeah.
But like on the page itself, it says it doesn't say in Pacific Standard Time or like American time. It says I think in Greenwich whatever time. So I don't know, which is like a day pass.
They were nice to give me the dates in my time zone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yay.
Bastards. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's just kind of confusing sometimes when like you get home and like, is it on today? Is it on today? Oh, okay, it's tomorrow, but really it is.
The good thing this time is that I actually did an in-game event, which, in my opinion, makes it really easy to figure out when it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously a whole bunch of MC and C bills immediately right now, the boot bags as well, a whole bunch of MC extra stuff in that as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll tide us over for long enough, since I think the next content, real actual content like mechs drop only in February, because they were so busy with MechCon and whatnot. January patch coming up doesn't actually have any new mechs.
Yep. I think the next one's going to be the Warhammer 2C, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in February. So they also. Sorry, go
ahead. Yeah, with the Warhammer 2C, that is, the free hero you're getting will drop in that patch. If you buy the standard pack within the pre-order window, there's also an extra Warhammer 2C. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of Warhammer 2Cs on February, but nothing in January.
Yeah, I know. The then the Hatamoto-Chi. You guys did the Hatamoto-Chi one and the Charger events.
You mean the event?
Yeah, the event.
challenge thing.
Yeah, the challenge.
I only got standard packs for them, so for me it was just do 1,000 damage with each variant, which wasn't too hard. I get a whole bunch of C bills. It barely covers, the costs of building these mechs, but it's a thing. It's the same as always.
Yeah. I just did the paint schemes and that's it. I didn't really want to go through all the process of doing those. And I think I said it before. I liked the Charger a lot better than Hatamoto-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it.
Yeah, for the most part, I much prefer the Charger.
Yeah, definitely. Much good.
Yeah, though I'm in some ways much more of a ECM streak medium pilot than an assault pilot, particularly when you're trying to shove in a whole bunch of IS tech to be a laser boat or whatever.
Yeah, no. But I mean, I still gotta. I only played the Charger stock one once. I'm probably gonna do a stock night, which just gonna play that Charger and see how it goes. Just see what happens. Like over a period of time with 5 small lasers. Take that.
Pity no melee. That would be so. The Charger would be so annoying to fight in BattleTech.
Oh really? Yeah, true. Would be. Yeah, I think next is a lot of sales, ton of sales, man. Sales events and stuff like that during Christmas time. But that's how a company does make money. They have to, and plus it's all virtual money, so it really doesn't take much to do per se, because all the tools are already in place. So next, I think is the Corsair Warhammer 2C Early Adapter rewards. According to this time,
that's just them.
Yeah,
it's just them announcing the window, trying to encourage people to buy the packs.
Yeah, which is that's fine. That's good. But you have 2 days would be so you have January 1st, December 31st to go pick these up, which is the date of this podcast on Monday. So as soon as they put this up before in the morning, go ahead and pick them up.
Because a problem with that, by the way, is at least it takes a bit of time to process, and also it depends on time zones and whatnot. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have to be careful, or at least sometimes if you're I pre-ordered once on the last day or something like that, and it took a little bit of time to process, so it technically ticked over to an hour after the window closed. But I just messaged PGI support, and they gave me the pre-order stuff anyway.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
Yeah, that's nice. Though it's I learned from that. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to pre-order something, I'll do it a day or two before it. I'm not going to leave it to the last minute again.
Yeah, true. But during this podcast, when you hear about it, hopefully you guys pick it up. The Corsair looks awesome. We talked about it before on the last podcast. And the Warhammer 2C, but the Corsair looks great. I love that. I love that design.
Corsair looks good, but how it'll play is very much up in the air. The Warhammer 2C is not too bad looking in my opinion, and it has quite a bit of potential, a bit like the Vapor Eagle, but who knows how it'll actually play.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sure we'll do an in-depth analysis of it later on, though. Very in-depth.
We'll see. As we know, all of us here are assault pilots, so through and through.
Exactly.
Obviously. I'm gonna tell you exactly how to snipe with those mechs.
I'll tell you how to put lerms on it.
I put Streak ATM on mine.
Yeah, I'm not a assault pilot, so I'll play it, but I'll tell you my opinion on it, but it might be jaded just a little bit because I'm not a assault pilot.
Yeah.
Why is everyone killing me? I'm not in the right position. Anyways.
But yeah, for the Christmas period, at least, I've been quite busy with stuff. I didn't do the Advent thing, but I've done plenty of matches for the stocking stuffer thing. In my spare time, and I've had a fair bit of fun. I think there's a lot of potatoes on right now, but if you take carry mechs that could just roll over a quarter, a third of the team on its own, you're pretty good to go in most matches, and that was quite fun.
Yeah, you're right about the potatoes. I've been noticing some why are you doing that? That's weird. And then they obviously die, but it's just I don't know. I guess all the other pilots are going off and doing something else, and it might be.
Yeah, there's a lot of potatoing, a lot of sort of tunnel vision or whatever it is for those
Bob vision. Bob vision. That you got to name it right. Bob vision.
Which means they aren't actually asserting map control, even though there's a whole blob of team behind you. A mech could run straight through it, and they might not even lock onto it to let you know there's somebody about to flank you.
Yeah.
So, which is why, as like I say, you want a mech that can stand on its own. Yeah, for me at least, I have a whole bunch of street mechs and such that can, just run about and shoot at any target willy-nilly, and it works very well in these mosh pit battles that have been going on during Christmas time.
Yeah, but I've been noticing a lot of NASCARing too, a ton of NASCARing, and sometimes I can't even keep up. Even if I'm going 80, I still can't keep up with the NASCARing. It's kind of and I can't get a shot in too, because everyone's NASCARing around, and I'm kind of in the middle to the back. Just around that area, and everyone's just shooting. It's especially on the HPG, I can't shoot. It's because I'm running around the outside. I'm like, God damn it, stop! Let me shoot something. Yeah, it's been irritating sometimes. I think I have to go ahead and give them post-it notes, but I don't know.
As someone who very actively post-it notes, rotates around NASCARs himself, it was actually kind of it's like, hey, everyone's with me, hooray!
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't really rely on them, but they're useful distractions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's Corsair, the Warhammer 2C. Do you guys have anything else to add to it?
That's mostly it. We'll just have to wait and see how those mechs pan out when they actually turn up, which will be in a couple of months' time, really.
Yeah. True. February and March. So can't wait for them. The Warhammer, you get something bonus because PGI messed up, so that's a good thing. And then the Corsair coming out and get a free item or a free mech from both. So be pretty good when they do come out. Battletech. I think this is your territory because I actually haven't had a chance to play Battletech ever since probably MechCon. So I'll just leave the floor to you guys, man.
I don't. Do we actually have anything to add on what we said last podcast, Biter?
Biter does.
So, my last podcast, all I had done was the one mission that was also available in MechCon, which obviously made me rather disappointed. And the few missions I had up ahead were very much up against what I was planning to do. I had complaints about the reputation system, and I had complaints about how the pilot mission that they're trying to show off, how it was structured and how it was very much against the odds. I can at least attest, though, I've played a whole bunch more Battletech. I'm not sure I've done all the Flashpoints, particularly since there's so many, there's going to be one locked behind each faction, or a series behind each faction if you ally with them, and I haven't allied with any faction. But all the neutral quests I've done, the rest are actually a lot better, I'd say, in my opinion, at least in terms of balance for the most part. It was just that one particular mission that they used to show off at MechCon has the whole 2.5 or even 3 lances roughly of medium mechs bearing down on your position very, very quickly, and they force you to have one hatchet man to show off how awesome the hatchet man is at getting killed.
What, did you just make fun of Hatchman? Blasphemy, damn it. Damn you.
My Hatchet Man actually performed really well in that mission. It got, I think, 4 killing shots, and it survived.
Yeah.
I like the mech. But then again, I had 3 assault mechs to back it up.
Oh, okay.
I had like a lance of mediums backing it up. So I'm facing my own tonnage for the first couple of rounds, and after 2 turns, another lance of players, and I'm suddenly outnumbered 2 to 1. I still destroyed both of those lancers in the end, but both of them focused on the hatchet man, since he, I forget if he knew bulwark, but in one way or another, at least, he had the least armor in total. All the other mechs were much more well armored, so they knew which was the squishiest target, so they focused him down hard. The writing quality, I'd say, is of the Flashpoints. It's a step above the main campaign. It's not just sort of, I am the noble space princess, and that's the evil bastard uncle guy planning to take over the world.
Well, that's a standard one, though. That's like a lot of those are standard, type writing.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Save the princess.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. The campaign was kind of the standard Battletech story where they didn't take any risks and just try to show off the game. And no, they're not afraid to take risks, do some fun stuff, potentially offend some people. And I'd agree, it's a lot better than a campaign. It's fun.
I think, well, the whole premise about a whole bunch of these flashpoints is obviously every single mission at least has to have some kind of flashpoint decision where you have to choose one thing or the other. So all of them are usually trying to set up some kind of situation where it's kind of morally grey, or you choose one side over the other, and both sides can be somewhat legitimate. It's a step up. I like it being a bit more morally grey and actually having some actual choice in my story missions. It's a bit there'll be a time where you sit down to try to attack an objective, and then people say, oh well, actually your princess is in another castle, but the castle has lots of mega guns on it, so you could just try and attack this thing, and that'll allow you to escape. So you can either attack the mega fortress or escape, and that's usually sort of the conundrums they give you. Or there was one mission where you're told, oh, this is a ammo warehouse, but it turns out it's an ammo factory. They keep changing the terms, and they said, oh, well, actually there's civilians living under here, do you want to help them? So this is why it's a step up from the main campaign. In the main campaign, all you do is click continue. There wasn't really any choice whatsoever. Whereas these Flashpoint missions actually give you a choice. It's always a fairly, it's not Shakespeare, is what I'd say. Still,
I got a question. Did you actually save the civilians or let them die?
Oh, well, I mean, yes. This is the funny thing, at least, because you don't actually know how it will all play out, like what rewards you'll get at the end, or like, oh, I'm going to try and go off and save the civilians. Does that mean I'll be able to come back and complete my mission? Like, will I piss off my employer? You don't know, and you don't really have the ability, of course, to change the scripting. But I did try and save the civilians. You do basically in that Flashpoint, you do a bonus mission where the civilians were living in a secret underground network underneath this ammo warehouse / factory. And everywhere around, it's supposed to be an isolated place where they're, hiding their munitions. But apparently there's just bandits everywhere and heavy mechs. By the way, this planet is like a half-skull planet. But for some reason, this one region has heavy mechs galore.
Oh, God.
And the civilians have a whole bunch of Schnefnir armored transports, which are like heavy transports.
Yeah.
They're pretty fancy. Apparently, but they say if we go in any direction, we're going to run into bandits. We need you to escort us. So you escort them, and I have my lance of assault mechs, or was it heavy mechs? I think it was heavy mechs at the time, like 75 tonners. I think it's basically an Orion lance.
Yeah.
And so my Orion lance turns up with all these transports, and the bandits go, "Oh, we want to kill those civilians! Get out of our way!" And they just charge and get themselves horribly butchered by my lance because they all have 25% armor.
Oh,
and they have like 2 or 3 waves of bandits and marauders who are just incredibly incessant on killing these civilians. And at least in my head, I'm just like, why are these people trying to kill the mole people? Like, is it really worth it? Like, is there some secret conspiracy going on here? Like, it just so happens that there's been this hidden mole people, civilian, city underground, and the Davian, the faction who you're supposed to be pissing off, has put munitions. Like they're using them to either make munitions or they're piling munitions on top of them. And Davian have maybe hired marauders to orbit this, mole people little city and kill anyone who tries to escape at all costs. There are a couple of Flashpoint missions that have this kind of writing where, oh no, there's marauders, there's bandits, and you turn up to the marauders and the bandits and they say kill, kill, kill. They're like, I don't know, they're space orcs basically.
And so how many heavy mechs did they have on that planet? How many waves did you fight?
Like
on the whole planet with both missions.
I think in total it's about 6. Well, Davian initially sends the Armor Factory has a lance and 2 lances of heavies nearby protecting it. Yeah. I think they were having some beers with the space orcs. I mean the space bandits.
Yeah.
And you turn up to the factory, they quickly respond. You blow them up, and then you get them. You go back. It's like, it turns out there were more people hiding below, and you having a fight above ground has crushed all their homes. So they want to escape, but if they go any direction, the space orcs will kill them. For no reason. They don't have anything other than the transports, but they're going to blow up the transports. So they'll have nothing. They just want to look at the dead mole people and laugh. And so you're like, okay, don't worry, we'll save the mole people. And immediately in front of you is a lance of, I think it was a lance or so of heavy mechs. It's something like 3 heavies and a medium. And then once you get all the transports to the dropship, another 2 or 3 heavies and a couple of mediums turn up.
So like in essence, all of the inner sphere periphery heavy mechs are on the one planet according to lore.
And not only that, you then have to finish the whole mission, which was take the factory, piss off the Davians, have the Davian commander come along, and then wrap him up. That was the whole point. That was the whole premise. Actually, was you are hired to wrap up a Davian noble. And your next mission is defend the base, which is odd because the Davian noble, he turns up and is like, curse you for taking my ammo factory. I was told it was a warehouse initially. Why is it now a factory? Anyway.
With more people.
Yes, I guess so. And he starts shooting at the base. It's just the standard base defense mission. It's not survive on the base. He's shooting his own ammunition stores.
Well, you gotta have. Sorry, go ahead.
And Steiner pay you more if you protect all the buildings,
which is almost impossible.
They're not. Well, A is almost impossible because they send 3 lancers at you, of which 50 to 75% are heavy mechs.
Yeah.
So there's even more heavy mechs in the region, but at least, initially on conception, it's like, okay, Debian have a store of munitions, in case of war in an isolated location. Oh, that makes sense. It's out of the way from civilians. People don't really know where it is. It's always good to keep a stockpile of war material around. But then the Deviants, as soon as it's captured, are like, oh no, people might, the mercenaries have it, so blow up the munitions. And not only that, the munitions are, of course, right on top of a whole bunch of civilians, which kind of ruins the whole point of it being in an isolated region. And that quote-unquote isolated region is surrounded by space orcs with heavy mechs. Space orcs who shoot anyone on sight. So if you're trying to rush the munitions store and pick up a whole bunch of ammo, you need to go past the space orcs, who will shoot you if you're a mole person, I guess. Or a mercenary in my case.
Oh,
it's just, it's just one mission, and I personally found at least all the contradictions and whatnot, lead up to a whole pile of nonsense. But obviously, when they were writing it, they were just sort of
go through random generator.
There's a base, you take it. You then defend it from the guy, and you beat the guy up. That makes sense. But we need an option. We need a Flashpoint decision. So we'll throw in mole people and bandits. It's very off the cuff, I feel. It's just a little. It's why it's only a step up from the campaign story writing.
Okay. Well, just because of choice, and yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, there are some incidents where the writing is meh, but I, for the most part, found it really good, especially when you've got tidbits to known lore stuff. And, for example, I had one Flashpoint where a apparently very brave thief stole the personal pleasure yacht of Hans Devian, which is in itself super hilarious. And the Flashpoint, I'm not going to go into detail, but it was really well written, and you had to make some choices that were also really well written. I'm just saying there's diversity there.
I think that would be one of the more interesting ones they wrote. I mean, there are some really good ones. There's Mason's Marauders, Kellhounds, and and that one with the Davian Thief, who, at least, to give a little hint, I refused their offer. And I just like, the whole thing is setting up, this person is incredibly deceptive, very manipulative. I'm not going to take any chances. They come up to me giving me an offer that sounds, they come up with an offer saying, oh, look, if you just do what I say, you'll get diamonds for free, and then I'll come along peacefully. I was like, that sounds too good to be true.
I also declined, and I kind of want to know what happens if you just...
I kind of want to... I think that's with all the Flashpoints, I'm kind of interested. Like, you always want to know what the other path leads to, which is why you could just sort of save and load.
Oh, God, yeah. I'll tell you what, I will do the wrong choices. How's that sound? Just for you guys. Just so you guys know what happened.
I don't think there's really
we just have to decide, because your choices are mostly the wrong choices, so you do what you think is right.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gone through all of them and gone through both paths to see if there's a right choice and a wrong choice. There usually is a give and take. So one of the missions, for example, your employer is a huge jerk to you, or at least the one you commonly talk to, and they say, okay, we've captured this base, just go in there and tally up all the mining equipment and nothing else. And because they're such a jerk, your engineer, Yang, a guy, he actually opens a vault door and says, oh, hey, there's a lost tech griffin in here. And, you then have the choice to screw your employer or, and take the griffin, or sort of close the vault door and say, okay, we want to be paid and we don't want to screw them up.
Do you actually get the griffin or what?
Well, that would spoil too much, but usually at least, you're not going to have a thing where it's like, oh, I want the griffin for myself, and they say, okay, you fight for the griffin, but then a nuke lands and it blows up for some reason, and then the mole people take the bits and you can't find any more bits. They don't do stuff like that, but you're basically trading lost tech for C-bills and reputation.
Okay.
Or you're actually losing reputation because obviously your employer's not happy that you're taking lost tech from them. You know, that was the whole point. That was the reason they hired you.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to go off on your own and just say, mine. Dibs on all the free loot. No, I hired you to get into the vault, not take everything from the vault.
Well, we're mercs. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
A good chunk of the decisions I've encountered so far were stuff where you had the option to either directly assault your opponents, which usually required an assault lance, or you had the option to go something fancy like market for artillery or steal some data from a secret comm station, stuff like that. So the decisions I encountered were mostly whether you wanted to fight a full-blown straight battle or some kind of special mission.
Huh. Yeah. There's like one mission where you go down to the planet to kill some guy. It turns out he's not there. And he's like, I've got missiles locked onto the Argo. Sir, he's got missiles locked into our dropship. Wait, the dropship and the Argo is a little different, isn't it? If you do not fight me, I shall blow up your ship. What? We're enemies. Just blow up my ship. Why haven't you done it already? I get it. I have to stay. You know, and then people say, okay, we can either go through an incredibly long, arduous journey, try and track this guy down and kill every single guy he puts in front of us, or we could try and destroy the locking on facility. I was like, well, if this guy wasn't, a cackling villain, he would have just blown up the Argo. In fact, I can't stop him blowing up the Argo one way or the other. It's like, sir, they're attacking our targeting facility, the only one on the planet. Well, I wonder what they're doing that for. All right, they're trying to stop me from having this thing over them. Blow up the Argo, he says. Well, then I screwed myself. And if I'm trying to link towards him and he's like, oh, now I'm going to die. Blow up the Argo. I'm screwed again. But luckily, at least he doesn't press the blow up the Argo button. He just, everyone just sort of says, oh, no, he has the ability to.
Well, villains aren't the smartest people in the world. I mean, look at Dr. Evil. Come on.
I mean, yeah, this guy, he is almost basically Dr. Evil. He goes into Davian space and just sets a settlement on fire. Like he just, burns the whole place down and torches it. And then he goes all the way off to the periphery and sets up this elaborate scenario where he can use lock-on missile system to keep the mercenaries in place so that they could fight through his gauntlet for some reason.
Yeah.
Mercenaries, I'm glad to see you have arrived. I have in front of you a long series of elaborate but easily overcome enemy troops.
Oh my god. That's classic too, man.
Yeah. So yep, it's a step above the campaign in terms of writing, but
Oh
yeah.
man.
And I'm glad at least because in the campaign and sort of what I've seen in Mechwarrior 5 as well, the writing for these kind of games often seems to pan down to, oh no, it's Dr. Evil against Space Jesus or Space Saints. And you're always just, being benevolent, saving civilians, making sure war, saying war is bad. And I'm just like, I'm a mercenary. I get paid to kill people. There's going to be a lot of morally gray areas at times where you have to consider what I'm getting out of it and what the right thing to do is. And that is what these flashpoints do a lot more than we must save the people. I mean, there still is a whole bunch of very hammy stuff, but at least there's a lot more gray, so I'm a lot happier with this.
Well, that's good. Like, I still haven't really done a Flashpoint except for MechCon, but hopefully soon I'll be able to get a chance to. Because they actually sound hella cool, man.
Yeah, playing through the career mode, it is quite it's quite a long playthrough.
Yeah.
But it is pretty fun, I think, in the end. Like it's a lot better than just having auto-generated missions. If it was always just auto-generated missions, it would be incredibly dreary.
Yeah.
These though give me a bit of story, a bit of interesting decisions and whatnot, and interested to go back and go through them again just to see how the different how the scenarios play out differently.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think is that it for Battletech Flashpoint?
Probably
More
for
or
now.
less. Yeah. I'd just say my chief engineer Farah, I'm even less warm to her than I was before, and she just does not seem like, she's just sort of this civilian thrown into a mercenary outfit who's kind of saying, "But do we have to kill people? Yes, we're mercenaries. Oh no, shooting people. Can we please not talk about that?" And there's one time, at least sort of someone says, "Aha, we killed the space, we killed Dr. Evil," or one of the Dr. Evils. There's a lot in this universe, apparently. And she's like, and everyone sort of looks to Freya like, "Are you upset about that?" And she's like, "No, he was evil. I just ignore my own playbook now." It's like, "Oh god damn it, now you'll find we're killing people. Make up your mind, be consistent."
What about that 12 mechs we just massacred on the battlefield? What about those guys? They're just normal soldiers. What the hell? Yeah, no. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, at least if someone's sort of a bit of a pacifist, like they really don't like killing, I can get behind that because they're being principled. But when they just throw away their principle because they say, "Oh, I didn't really like that guy," because it's kind of how she phrased it, I'm just like, "Oh god damn it."
Oh god. Okay. So Battletech Flashpoint, if you guys can pick it up, it's well worth the $20. Well worth the $20 if you guys can. And Harebrained Schemes has a very good track record, and they're a very good company as well. And it's Battletech. So next we got, actually this is it. Ian, you want to go take it from here? Yeah.
Sure. So before we end, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of our hosts, Lars, who is currently live doing a charity stream for Coins and Collides. And I just want to give a quick shout out to him. He's currently at over $320 already, with 7 hours and 20 minutes still left. So he's doing.
The problem is this will be on Monday.
And Lars, we miss you.
We miss you, Lars.
Look forward to having you back.
Yes. You can still. I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that you could still actually donate. Just contact Lars and he'll give you all the different links. In fact, I will leave a link down below as well, too.
Perfect. And with that, since this podcast is going live on the 31st, I do want to wish you a happy new year already. Have a safe night. Have fun. That's the most important part. And stay healthy.
Happy New Year, everybody. And thank you for making the podcast to what it is today. And thank you all the hosts, Spider, Ian, everyone, Lars. You guys are freaking kicking, man. You're definitely A-OK in my book and everything. And Happy New Year to everyone else. And I hope everyone's Christmas has been great. Like Ian said, be safe on New Year's Eve, man.
I have one thing to say. Be nice to a mole person.
God.
Be nice to a mole person, and 2019 is going to be your year.
Yes. I gotta make a shirt now, damn it. Be nice to mole people. Oh, shit. Okay. See you guys later, man.